everybody. If you notice, Pete's over here. Pete's not with me tonight. He's missing. Actually, I know where he's at. He's in an airplane, so he couldn't join us tonight. So it's just going to be me, which is really all you really need, right? That's just me is all you need. So let's switch over to a cam so it's just me. There we go. So welcome to the Interfleet Broadcasting. If you haven't been here before, we're a pop culture news broadcast. We do some book reviews. We do fan interviews. We try to get fandoms involved. We do everything from Battlestar Galactica to Tron to you name it. It's 70s and 80s, a little bit of 90s. And so we normally start our show by, first of all, thanking you, the fans, for being here, because we believe that fans fuel the fleet. And normally I have a mug that we cheer with, but I just got back from Dragon Con, and during Dragon Con, that was one of the prizes for the trivia night. So I'm mugless until I land back in the studio in D.C. I'm also on vacation, as you can tell. I'm getting a little long hair here. Normally I have to shave that. But anyways, welcome. Looks like everybody's here. Lola's here. Sean, no Pete tonight. He's on an airplane. Lola is awake now. And John's there. Looks like we got quite a few people showing up. It's great to see you guys and gals there. And normally we start the show off with a toast. So first of all, tonight's libation is a limited release from my local area here, Deschutes, and it is called Twilight Ale. So we're going to open that up, and that's the star. That's the, you get it. Uh-oh. All right. So welcome, everybody, and thanks for joining us. Once again, fans fuel the fleet, and thank you for being here. So here's to you. Oh, I needed that. I've had a rough day. All right, so tonight we have some guests we'll talk a little bit about in a little bit. But first of all, we'll shoot it over to John, who I've got to turn his audio on. Hang on, John. I'll get you. Hey, say something, John. I can't find you. There you are. Give me a second. Funny how you get used to having all the cool things in the studio, and when you're on the road, you have to make do with a laptop. So, John, you are in interview number 2. There we go. Now we can pull John over.
Hello, right, everybody. You hear me good?
Yeah, we
Hey, Chris,
got you.
how are you?
Good.
How was Dragon Con?
It was... it's indescribable. It really is. 50,000 people in one place celebrating their fandoms. It was amazing.
Oh.
But if you haven't seen, we posted some videos and things like that. There are more videos to come.
Yes, I did. Yes, I'm looking forward to more videos. And I saw your help with the Jawa. It's very good.
Yeah.
That guy should have won a prize.
You know the Jawa.
Yep.
Personally.
Oh,
Martini. No, that's not it. Lutini.
Martini.
Martini. No, that's not it.
Ah.
So what do you got for us this week?
Well, I got some nice previews of shows coming up on TV and some movies, some books. So let's see. This month, NBC's La Brea about a massive sinkhole that opens up in L.A. I guess, instead of an earthquake, it's a sinkhole. And it pulls hundreds of people into a primeval land. I have a sinking feeling that I'll actually enjoy this series.
Oh, there's dad jokes. Dad jokes.
I had a lot of time on my hands this week. Hulu's Why the Last Man. This comic, the series, is about apocalypse wiping out everyone with the Y chromosome. That should be good news to some people, except one man. So looks like the comic book. My money is on the monkey.
Oh, is this a
See it on
comic
Hulu.
book?
Yeah, it was based on a comic book, graphic series. Another comic book series coming to TV.
Great.
So it's pretty good. See it on Hulu September 13th. Ordinary Joe on NBC and Peacock explores 3 parallel lives of the show's main character. I don't think the 4th one's going to have it canceled. See it on September 20th. Netflix will release its horror series on September 24th called Midnight Mass. Strange things happen to the residents of Crockett Island when their new priest arrives. Sounds a bit like another series I once saw, Stephen King's Storm of the Century. Maybe it'll be the same ending. Director Basan Tariq has confirmed he's joined the MCU to help with the Blade reboot. Should be good. Another one falls under the Disney spell. We'll keep you updated. In comic news, Kazar, Lord of the Savage Land, issue 1 hit stands. Good writers, good graphics. Check it out.
That does look cool.
It's pretty good. I know the one of the writers.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I'm actually friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go in for an interview. I gotta show it to Pete.
Okay.
Pete yelled at me. He's like, no more guys till December.
we're
like,
stacking
right.
up a little bit.
I'm actually surprised.
It's good to be popular, right?
Yeah, we're getting there. It's good. More and more people. Check out the new trailers, which were just released. The first one is The Matrix 4. It looks like action-packed. Hopefully it'll be just like the original one, the original 3, but it's been a long time, so I don't know. But as long as I like to have the same feeling when I went to see the first one, that was a great movie. Good directors, good actors.
Yeah, I'd like to play the trailer, but they will turn our channel off if we do that.
Oh, yeah. That'll be
Which is crazy. We're supporting, people to go watch the movie, but boy, you don't want to do that.
Oh, no. Big money there. And Star Trek, December 8th was a Star Trek Day, all things Star Trek. And then Star Trek Strange New World trailer came out. We'll explore the Enterprise under Captain Pike, Captain Kirk's predecessor. You'll see some familiar characters, some new characters. We all know what happened to Captain Pike. But hopefully we'll see what are the adventures to come. See that next year. My pick for new sci-fi books out this month is The All-Consuming World by Cassandra Core. It's about a cyborg who keeps being brought back to life, and she has a criminal gang. But this time they're actually fighting to keep humans from controlling the universe again. Looks pretty good. It'll come out next week. Some technical difficulties. Our friend and previous guest, author John Jackson Miller, will be at Connecticut convention in Hartford this weekend, signing his books for Barnes Tower. If you're in the area, get an autographed copy of his latest book, Picard: Rogue Element. Tell him IFB says hello.
Oh yeah, it is good. It is good. The audiobook is good. I don't read much.
The audiobook?
Yeah.
I just ordered that one, so it's a little backlog, so I gotta wait to get that book. Yeah. But I'll be around this weekend. Maybe I'll go up.
The audiobook is a really it's got a really good sound effects, and the person who plays all the pieces, the different characters, amazing voice actor.
Oh, wow. I have to get that. I have to get that on my Kindle, so I'll listen to that. So that's it for this week. If anyone has any information or any trailers or any good news coming up, please drop me a line at lonecenturion1@gmail.com. And this is John Juan signing off for Interfleet Broadcasting. Back to you, Chris. We're going to have a great show, guys. Enjoy.
Thanks so much, John. Take care.
Take it. Thank you, Heather.
All right, now let me... Hang on. I got to push more buttons. I got these things automated at the other house. So when I close that off, it automatically turns the microphone off. There we go. That works. Yeah, you'll see me doing this a lot tonight. I apologize. I'm usually the guy behind the scenes while Pete and I are both up front and behind the scenes. Usually clicking everything so I can have him up there and he looks real interesting, and I can be clicking things behind the scenes and everything. So speaking of Star Trek Day, September 8th was also my 30th anniversary. So Star Trek Day, 30th anniversary. So it was great until the sewer backed up in the house. Yay, us. And of course, we couldn't live in the house that night, so we spent our anniversary in a hotel room. So that was really great. We went to a hotel down the street, and then today we got the things fixed. So there's a lot of stressors that happen in life, a lot of things that pop up, a lot of things that you don't expect, a lot of things that you have no control over. And our next guest has had worse than I could ever imagine. So I'd like to bring on the ladies behind the XO. I like to call them the XO support team. And let me get their audio working before we do this. Once again, I'm missing my automated pieces here. So there's interview 1 and there's interview 3. Yay! All right. So I'd like to introduce you, everyone, to Sherry Ulrich. She is a songwriter and a musician. And Susan Hogan, also known as Mrs. XO. Oh, somebody's printing something.
Oh,
Sherry's printing out the questions.
She's always
sorry.
working.
No, it's got a mind of its own. Sorry, I just changed my printer cartridge and it decided
it's got
to prove
got a
that it
dim
was
alignment.
working. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're
off.
fine.
It's off now.
You're fine. So,
And just so you don't end up after the fact feeling embarrassed that I didn't correct you, it's actually Ulrich, but you
Ulrich.
do pronounce it the way half the world pronounces it. So usually I don't say anything, but then people have berated me after the fact for not
Should've said
correcting
something.
people. So.
Yeah.
Aye.
Ulrich.
Well, I haven't heard you say it before. That's
Yeah,
the first
that's right.
time I've heard
I've
you
never
say
had
it.
to say it.
That's right. We've just been
I've either
typing.
been saying typing, or I just call you Sherry. And
There you
then
go.
Susan, actually the first time
Hi.
I've seen Susan, or actually talked to her, any communications with her whatsoever. So this is
That's right.
amazing that we can do this. Now,
Nice to
you're
meet you,
both-
Chris. Yeah.
you are both in British Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
So we are internationally communicating here,
That's right. That's
Right.
right.
Same island.
Across the borders.
right across the borders. Right? I didn't need a permit.
Overseas.
Yeah. That's right.
They didn't check my customs when I came across
Hey,
on
hey.
the internet.
No barking.
Oh.
That would be Alice, one of my dogs. She's
Ah,
a puppy, and she's not
That's-
completely trained yet. So we're getting there. Hey. This won't go on all the time.
oh, you're fine.
upset.
You're fine.
Oh my
That's the
God.
great thing about life. This is what happens.
Life, yes.
This is what
Yes,
happens,
true.
and life has happened to you. For those who don't know,
Say that again.
you're facing Susan. I can't imagine. You're facing many challenges. You've gone. So if everybody's not aware, I'll bring you up to speed. Or Susan, you might want to correct me if I'm wrong, but there
Sure.
was an accident involving Michael, and he has been hospitalized ever since due to some brain injury problems that he's slowly overcoming, and the great thing that has come out of this is a relationship with you and Sherry in regards to Sherry coming to the rescue to help out a little bit. So there's a GoFundMe site. If you haven't seen it, I'll bring it up here real quick so everybody can see it. And maybe I won't.
What's
It's
being
always-
chewed on there, Susan?
It's a
Is
bone.
that dinner being
Just a
consumed,
second.
Susan? Oh, it's a bone.
It's
No, it's
just-
okay. It's
Alice.
okay. It's
No, but you can
So-
hear it crunching, right?
Yeah. So I brought up
It's
the
lovely.
the GoFundMe site, and Sherry, how did this come about? How did you get with Susan and create
Well,
this wonderful site and have the idea to create this site to help out?
Well, Susan and I have known each other for many years because we live on the same island, and I think we first met in a choir. We were in an all-women's choir called Nota Bene, which was probably 25 years ago, 20 years ago. I don't really know. Long time ago. So we've been friends ever since, and walking pals, and friends with Michael as well. And so I was one of the people a handful of people that she contacted when Michael had his accident to inform us what was going on. And of course, your first instinct is you just desperately want to help. But it was still many months. It took a few months to really get a sense of where he was and how he was. And, it was all very urgent in those early days. And so I had to push pretty hard to get her to let me help, because it's not, most of us, it's not our nature to certainly not to ask for it, and it's hard for us to accept it. So I had to be patient and wait until she was ready, and especially like in those early days, it was like, don't have anything on social media. That was the main thrust of it. And so I didn't. And then as time went on and it was clear that they really needed substantial help in order to be able to move forward with his care in the way that he deserves, then I just talked her into it. And with lots of support from other people, I'm sure they were all saying this would be a really good thing to do. And it's amazing that there's such a thing as GoFundMe, and they don't take a portion for medical situations, and it's just and I knew that he would have had that kind of reach out into the world because of their work. They've both been so prominent in film and television, especially in Canada. But Battlestar Galactica, of course, is international. So I just knew that people would want to know and that they would want to help. And it's as much for them as it is for the family, because it feels so good to have a way to help people that you care about.
That's amazing. I can't.
Is that pretty thorough, Susan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the interview's over. I think that's it. We said it.
Good night.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Sherry. Yeah, well put. Yeah.
Susan, how does the GoFundMe affect? Well, let's start off. Okay? So you've had more than just Michael's problem. I mean,
Yeah.
do you want to share some of the challenges you've had?
Sure. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, Michael was the big one, and he was the first one, and the most devastating, I think. And just finding ways to, dealing with all that stuff and living on an island made it really difficult too. The ferries back and forth. Eventually, I moved into town for a month because I needed to be with him for every day, all day. 6-7 hours a day. So I stayed in town with friends. And he sort of stabilized after a while. And when he moved from an actual hospital into a care home, which is Berkeley Care Center, and they're fabulous there. He leveled off a little bit, and it wasn't quite as critical. And that's right around the time that our daughter overdosed. That's just something that happens, you can't predict it, and it only takes once. But anyway, it was a serious one, and suddenly she was in hospital as well. And she was in there for, 4 months, I think. And she had a lot of brain damage as well, a lot of memory loss. And she was moved into a care home as well, not the same one that Michael was in. So they were about 45 minutes apart in Vancouver, so I would go and see them both every day and just split my time and then come back. And eventually I got her moved into the Berkeley Care Center, which is where Michael is. So they're both in the same place now, which is amazing. And they can see each other on a regular basis. She can have dinner with him, which she does. And she can go to his room. She can take him in the chair out into the lobby or into the front deck kind of thing. And I can't take Michael out yet because he can't yet transfer into a car. I take him out in the handy dart when I take him to his physios, but I can't get him into a car because he can't do that transfer yet. But we got physios working on that. So this is all good. This is all stuff that's moving forward. And the fact that they're in the same building, on the same floor, is extraordinary for both of them. And for me, when I go in there, I just spend the day just going back and forth, or, we're all together, or we have lunch together or something. It's extraordinary. And I bring the dogs in sometimes too. The staff love it and the other residents love it. It's great. Anyway, that was kind of moving along at its own pace. And I had a knee replacement surgery scheduled, assuming it would be canceled because of COVID, because things were just so insane. And it wasn't. So it happened 2 months ago, exactly. So
Oh my gosh.
I'm in recovery myself. But I'm not walking on crutches or a cane anymore. I can walk without that now, except when I hike the dogs. I need my Nordic pole walkers to keep me balanced,
Yes.
But it's great.
And to keep
So
the dogs
things are-
from crashing into you.
Exactly. I use them as weapons. Yeah. Get back. Yeah. It's pretty great. There's been a number of challenges that no one could have imagined in a million years. But you put one foot in front of the other, and you take one thing at a time. Otherwise, you get overwhelmed pretty easily and pretty quickly.
Right.
And the financial thing was just, suddenly I was the one doing all the paying of bills and, the debts and everything. And that was always Michael's thing, how households share things. Mm-hmm. And that was always Michael's thing. And I didn't know what to do. I was just so flummoxed. And this was before Sherry had started the GoFundMe. And I was just trying to deal with Michael's very unique way of filing stuff, which was cardboard boxes everywhere, little pieces of paper with a number and an arrow written on it, scotch taped to another napkin with another number on it, things like that are just so insane. And I was just pulling my hair out trying to figure out, how do I do this? And I mean, not only did I not have the funds to do any of it, to move forward at all, but I didn't know how to. I didn't have any idea. And then Sherry got this going, and suddenly I could never have imagined this in a million years either, that there were so many people who cared, who were so generous and kind, and I still feel that way about everyone. It's just mind-boggling, this whole, the way that people have stepped up.
Yes.
And I don't just mean with contributions, but I mean notes and letters and memories and things that are just constantly coming in. And I take stuff, Sherry downloads a lot of stuff for me, prints it, and I print it off and take it in and read everything to him. Or things come in the mail, like actual letters come in that I read to him. And some of them I can actually write back, but there's hundreds, maybe thousands that I can't. But some of them I do, and Michael will help me, and I'll just, he'll say, no, tell them this. I want to tell them this, and write this down. So that's I do that and send stuff off. But it's been pretty mind-boggling, just the care and love that we've felt from everyone.
So did you ever?
Yeah, I don't know. What was your question? I don't even know what you asked me now.
You're fine. You're fine. You covered it really well. I mean, was there any way that you had known that there were so many fans that would step up?
I would never, ever have known. I mean, Sherry's right. She did have to push me and nudge me and try and get me in, because Michael and I are both very private people, and this felt like a very private issue. Do you know? I mean, when a family member has an accident as serious as this, or gets sick, or anything like that, my first response is to pull my cards close to my chest, and I keep thinking, we can just get through this together, just our little family unit, but we couldn't. And then when she, talked me into opening it up like this, the response was, I don't know, it was breathtaking. It was absolutely breathtaking. I had no idea there were that many people out there who sorry about that. There's somebody walking past the front gate.
Land shark.
Yeah, it's just been overwhelming.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do is we believe that there's fandoms. And
yeah.
Did you ever have have you ever watched Michael in any of the shows? The video?
Of course, every single one. Are you kidding me?
Okay, I'm just
every
just
single
checking.
one. Everything he's ever done. And he has watched everything I've ever done
there you
as
go.
well. Yeah,
but
it's totally something that we always do.
And this has put a stopper in your career. You're stuck.
Yeah. I am, and certainly during COVID. Certainly when this happened to Michael, I stepped out. I said to my agent, I can't audition anymore. I can't think about anything else, anything other than Michael. And I couldn't remember lines. I couldn't even do auditions so I just stepped out. And then when COVID happened, everybody had to step out for a while. And then it started opening up where you could actually do self-tapes. So I started getting auditions again, and I started saying I could do them. But then I realized that I couldn't really do them because right behind my eyes was the reality of my life and my situation. And I think no matter what I was portraying and whoever I was doing, I couldn't get past that. And so I just decided to stop again for a while because I just knew I wasn't really there. I wasn't able to do audition for anything. But in the last month, maybe almost 2 months now, well, not that long because then I had my knee operation, but the last month I've been auditioning again. So I'm hoping, things will open up again and I can get a bit of work and bring in a little bit of, money back in again, which is still desperately needed. Yeah. So.
It's very interesting. I hadn't thought about, because I'm not an actor, I hadn't thought about the fact that there's a point where what is really going on inside you is something that you can't hide behind a character, that it's going to be coming out in your eyes and in your being. And I hadn't thought about that before.
Yeah, I mean most
funny
things.
Because,
go ahead, sorry.
No, you go.
Oh, no, you go. No, I mean, most
you
things you can, because that's what you do. That's your professional and that's your job, no matter what's going on. But this was bigger than me.
Too big.
It was just too big, and
big.
I couldn't. It was,
And that's where you have friends like Sherry, who you can turn to. And then, unknowing, you have a fandom. Some of the stuff I see coming through, there's a lot of So Say We Alls. There's Kristen is Fleeta's Family, which is a very true thing. Yeah. We've interviewed Patty from Fleeta's Family as well.
Oh, good.
Fleeta's Family.
And he is,
Patty's done wonderful work.
He's done some wonderful work.
Yeah.
And Eric is there, and I just there's so many people out there that want to support you. And I was just at Dragon Con, it's a huge Comic-Con, and I'm sure you've been to a couple of Comic-Cons. You may have even been to Dragon Con. Have you ever been to Dragon Con? Okay. So there was a lot of people at Dragon Con that wanted to say something, so I went ahead and recorded a message from them, and I wanted to play that for you now.
Oh.
Hey, Michael and Susan, we missed you this year here at DragonCon 2021. I will never forget the shoot that I ran. Gosh, it was like 4 years ago. It was the last time we had Richard with us, and you showed up for our group shoot, and it was amazing, and we were honored to have you here. So thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you in the near future. Please get better, stay safe. So say we all. We all love you and miss you. Thank you.
Hi, Michael. This is Freya, and on behalf of the Battlestar Galactica fan club, we all want to say we love you, get better, and we will see you back at conventions next year, year after, whenever it is. Just make sure you get better. So say we all.
Hi, Michael. We miss you a lot. DragonCon is not the same without you. Get better so we can see you here and have some drinks with us and have a great time. So we miss you. Get better soon, Mike.
Hey, Mike. It's been a couple of years since we went out for Heinekens and cigarettes over here in DragonCon. Sure, I hope you get better, buddy. I'd like to have those things happen again, or at least now that I've quit smoking, we'll just have a couple of beers together, man. Please, get better and come on back. We do miss you. So say we all.
Michael and Susan, our thoughts are with you, and we hope to see you again soon. Take care.
Colonel, hope you're feeling better. Take it easy. Recovering's hard, but you'll get through it. You get a lot of people here who love you. A lot of people miss you. By the way, I'm still not in the brig, but see you next time.
You mean so much to so many people. Please get better soon. Everybody loves you. So say we all.
Michael, you mean so much to us all. Get well soon. We can't wait to see you. So say we all.
So say we all. Go well soon. Get well, Michael. We want to see you here again. Frack 'em all.
Michael, I want you to get better. Talk to you personally myself in 2019, and I can't wait to see you at the shows. Get better, and we're all pulling for you. So say we all.
Get well, Michael! So say we all! So say we all! So say we all!
Say we all.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You okay, Susan?
Yep.
Ooh. Wow. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I guess the next thing
Thanks
now
for that,
is,
Chris.
yeah. I know, and we hope to hear from him soon. Hope he can get this message. I'll send the video to you so you can get it to him. And,
okay, that'd be great.
That way we can definitely know that there's so many people pulling for him. And it's, I don't know if there's just people up and down the Facebook page right now.
Oh. I have a question. I'm kind of curious if before this you and Michael had a sense of what the impact of your respective work was, or if this is because it's such a different outreach and different kind of response than you would normally be engaged in. I know, as for me, reading the messages that people send and seeing the response in terms of income, etc., was really profound. And I know you've gone to a few of these. Usually Michael goes by himself, doesn't he, to the big conventions? But you've gone to a few. And did you get that sense there? So it wasn't so surprising that there was that kind of response, or is this different?
No, this was a complete and utter surprise and shock, I guess. I mean, when you're at the cons, it's wonderful, and there's all people lining up in front of all the tables, and it's just so amazing to see, even just there, seeing. But I was only ever aware of, a few hundred, she was going to say, but seriously, a few hundred people coming through, but not the size or the people that this has reached. I would never have known in a million years. I mean, yeah, you do get to see a lot of people at cons, but not in this way, not in this focused way, focused just on Michael and his work and his health and the love for him and care, and just even those few things that you sent, Chris, those people. But we get that all the time in these letters and these emails and texts and the stuff that Sherry sends me. It's just no, Sherry. To answer your question, I would never have imagined this. It's just
I guess
beyond,
because it's your work, and I think it's hard to have that sense of what the work and the acting and the character development and all of that, what kind of impact it has on people. It's not just entertainment. It's there's a lot of there's just a big impact on people's lives, and it's given them a chance to express that and what it's meant to them, and know that it gets to Michael and know that it gets to you. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way that we would ever get that kind of feedback or response if you're doing a series or if you're episodics, whatever you're doing. There is no opportunity to get that kind of feedback, from anyone, because it's not open, it's not out there, it's not being asked for. There's no reason. But when this happened, it was fine. It was an opening. It was a space suddenly that people could actually express what they've been feeling for years. And so many people have so many memories about actually meeting him in person at the cons, and pictures that they've sent me that they had taken with him, and stories, things that he has said. They've quoted him, things that he has said to them. It's just, so it's not just out there. It's totally personal. It's totally brought home by these memories and these thoughts and this stuff that people have to say.
Yeah, and people sharing their
crazy,
own challenges and having a vehicle to do that. Yeah.
And Sherry, you put a pause in your life in regards to your career to help out with this. You have a career.
Well, it did coincide with COVID when things were paused anyway. But so I mean, I've always been able to carry on no matter what's going on. But certainly in terms of touring, everything came to a grind halt. So it gave me lots of time to do things like this, which was good. And hopefully, I'm just starting to do some shows. And fortunately, here in Canada, and particularly be very well behaved, TBC, and our government is instituting regulations that people have to be vaccinated in order to attend concerts. So that means that, well, and many other things, but for us, music, that's really means that in fact allow for a safe place for people to come and hear.
Right. Here's
you
information for Sherry. This is Sherry's Facebook site. You also have a let me find it. You have a website too, correct?
Yeah, my daughter designed a website for me, which was nice. My first website, the first website I had when websites first got created. And now second one. So I guess Virginia has some unstable internet.
I'm good according to my readouts. So it must be just a Facebook thing.
Oh, well, it could be our end. You never know.
Yeah. So here's some information on Sherry, and I have listened to some of the music on this, and it is really, really good. I like it a lot.
Thanks.
You have a great voice.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's what I've done my entire life, so I better be good at it by now.
All right. So, everyone, thank you for joining. And, if Susan gets back, I guess we've lost Susan, so it's all right.
Yeah.
We still have a great still shot, and
good.
That works great.
I mean, I will shoot it for her, but I'd have to come back. Like you don't want to be listening to me troubleshoot.
Oh, that's fine.
So
we really
okay.
enjoyed the story tonight. We as fans,
And
they pushed onto
so much.
Yeah, the fleet is family, and we say fans fuel the fleet. So if something's moved forward, whether it's by donation or just letters or caring, those are the things that make fandoms so wonderful. It's a following. It's I'm not going to say religion because that's really wrong, but it is definitely.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely a group of people set with a certain purpose to help. Whether it be like a Dragon Con, we do donations and things to help out each year for that. It's amazing that Sherry, that you did this for Susan. I think I really want to commend you. And we say fans fuel the fleet, and you're not even a sci-fi fan. You're just a wonderful, wonderful friend. And you're a fan of the Hogans. And that's...
Yes, that is absolutely true.
You are fueling the fandom by being a fan of theirs. Now you got to have to watch some of the shows now. You know that.
I do have to. I absolutely have to. And I'm trying to figure out how to access them up here.
Don't forget, I'm going to keep plugging it. It is important that we do what we can as a fandom. And here's my shameless plug once again. This is the Michael Hogan Fund.
Thank you.
This is what Sherry had put together. And all of the money goes to the Hogans, who are, as you heard tonight, we're having a very challenging time with medical expenses and medical problems. So please, if you haven't had a chance, go donate on the site. I know it looks like there's a lot of money there now, but it's Canadian dollars.
I was just going to...
Just kidding.
Well, there is that.
So that's like $25 American.
I was going to address kind of that elephant in the room because it does seem like a lot of money, but it's she's only got it'll only last her a few months now because of all the costs to date. And then, of course, there's things that because neither of them are working, her house needs a new roof, and it's not like there's income in order to pay for that. So yes, it's never ending, and of course it's not like you can adjust the amount on the site to convey need. So. Yeah, so she just texted me and she said, "Oh, so close."
It's all right. We love
that.
Them.
Would have been fun. So we'll make a point of doing that in the future.
Yes, let's please do it. And if she ever wants to, let the fans know how he's doing, we'd love to help get that information out. And once again, if there's anything we can do to help get the money.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Funding,
and
let's
so appreciate you doing this.
This is a fandom. I mean, I don't do it for anything but the love of the fandom, whether it be Battlestar Galactica or anything like that. So, like I had told you, Interfleet Broadcasting, we want to bring awareness of the fandoms to everyone out there. We're not making profits or anything like that. So. This is what we do. We like to document the fans, document people like yourself, Sherry, who have stepped up, and become a fan of our beloved XO, wherein you didn't even ever see anything science fiction before in your life. And you don't follow science fiction. So that's it's important that the fans see that as well. That you don't have to be a fan.
Human connection.
To be a human. You don't have to be a fan to care of a certain show. You just have to be a human being, and you have to reach out and help our neighbors and help our friends. And you did that, and I want to say you're an amazing human being, and I really want to say that you've done something that the Hogans will never forget, I am sure. And the fans out here are just going to do their best to help out as well. And I really appreciate you coming on the show. I know you didn't have to do it.
We appreciate you inviting us.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces, and we fought through those things, and we got here. And to tell you the truth, I got when she was talking, I even got choked up. I had to turn off the camera.
Yeah.
So
it's a pretty powerful story.
It is.
I mean, before all this, all they were navigating was auditions and when who was doing what show and spending time with grandkids and
life was moving
everything
fast, and then suddenly life stopped and turned another direction.
Yeah. Pretty profound. Yes. All right. Well, I'm going to go load the car to go do a show.
Oh,
so
that's great. Where's your show?
It's in Parksville, BC, on Vancouver Island.
Oh, anybody in
First
Canada?
one in a year. Ooh. Yeah, in Canada.
Anybody in Canada, go check that out. They won't let me across the border.
Exactly. I know. Yeah, we're all staying close to home.
So everybody who's still hanging in there, thank you. And as we always say, fans fuel the fleet. Thank you for everyone for joining us. And thank you, Sherry. And we'll go ahead and run the closing credits. And y'all take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.